There is no harm, no foul with Narcan. You cannot overdose on Narcan. Hey everybody, Jen here, your neighborhood safety coordinator for Capitol Hill. I use she, her pronouns, and today we are going to be looking at some Narcan training. So the first thing we're gonna do, let's say you come across somebody who is unconscious. First thing we're gonna do is make sure that our scene is safe. So by that, we're saying that, you know, Yanna's not in the middle of the street. We're saying that this person is not in an area that, you know, there could be a fight breaking out, a dark alleyway at night that we don't necessarily want to be part of. So we're assessing, we're making sure that everything is safe. We're seeing that Yanna is in a safe spot, so we're gonna go ahead and follow the rest of our steps. First one is to see if Yanna is responsive. So we're gonna go ahead and stand fairly decent distance away and say, hey, excuse me, are you okay? Are you okay? No response. Okay, perfect. We're gonna go ahead and get a little bit closer. And I'm gonna stand back here and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tap this person's foot with my foot and try again and say, hey, are you doing okay? Reason being, if this person is actually awake, if I'm tapping at their feet down here, it gives me enough of a chance to still back away just in case this person doesn't want me up here touching on them. Still nothing. Okay, great. Last little bit before I get a little bit closer. Hey, I'm gonna call 911. Are you okay? A lot of times people don't like hearing, hey, I'm gonna call 911. So that's a verbal cue for them to be like, oop, nope, I'm actually awake. Please don't call 911. Still no response. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get a little bit closer. Check in up here. Hey, are we doing okay? Still nothing. All right, we know that this person is probably legitimately unconscious. Obviously, this will move a whole lot faster in actual reality, but that's kind of the slowed down version. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna check for a pulse. So we're gonna go right up here. And I am always going to check the pulse on this side of the body. Because if I'm checking on this side of the body to anybody else who may be around, it could look like I'm choking our community member here, and that is absolutely not helpful, and could get some involvement when we're just trying to help save a person that we don't necessarily need an intervention for. So I'm gonna check over here on this side of the body to see if I've got a pulse. Now, if our community member does not have a pulse, full stop, this person needs CPR. We're not even gonna worry about Narcan. If we know CPR, we're gonna go ahead and start giving CPR. If we don't know CPR, we're either gonna find someone who does, whatever that case looks like. Either way, whether they have a pulse or not, we've determined this person is unconscious, we're calling 911. If you have a bystander, go ahead and direct that person. Hey, you, could you, well, no. Hey, you, call 911 for me. We're not gonna ask, we're not gonna say, could you call 911? We're not gonna say, hey, would you be able to call 911? We're gonna say, hey, call 911. Give that direction. Bystander effect is legit. We wanna make sure that this person is paying attention. Give the order, call 911. If you are by yourself and you have to be the one to call 911, go ahead and put it on speaker because you're gonna need your hands free in order to do this. If you don't have your phone, but our lovely community member here does, you can also call 911 from their phone. You don't need to unlock it or anything. You can just grab it real quick, call 911, get it on speaker, make sure that you have emergency services coming. So we've checked a pulse. There's a pulse, it's weak, it's a little bit irregular, but there is one. So now we're gonna check for breathing. We're gonna get up close here. My ear is gonna be next to this person's face, and I'm gonna be looking down at their chest to see if they're breathing or not. If the chest is kind of rising and falling, that's a good sign of breath. If the chest is not moving, this person's not breathing, or we're hearing like gurgling sounds, we're hearing somebody gasping for breath, any kind of irregular breathing, that's a sign that we may need to administer Narcan. Particularly if there's like drug paraphernalia nearby, anything like that. So Narcan works on opiates. So we're talking like fentanyl, a lot of painkillers are opiates, and usually it'll come in a box, and 2 doses will normally be inside of that box. So this is what they look like when they're coming out of that box. So I'm gonna go ahead here and I'm gonna get this guy opened up. And you can see it's literally just a plunger. Nice little nasal spray, it's like a Flonase. Just any regular thing we got going on. And I'm gonna go in one nostril and just squeeze that plunger up, and I'm gonna back away. And the reason why I'm doing this, if Yanna is in fact overdosing on any kind of opiate and that Narcan starts to take effect, this community member isn't necessarily gonna know what's going on. Remember, they are in a state of overdose, so she's coming out of this moment where she's not breathing or breathing irregularly. She might be sweaty, might be a little bit panicked, not gonna know what's happening. So I'm gonna back away and give her a chance to come out of this. Gonna wait about 2-3 minutes. If I'm not seeing any activity, we're gonna check again. Hey, excuse me, are you doing okay? Are you doing okay? Still no response. We're gonna check again for breathing. We're gonna check again for that pulse. Still got a pulse. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take that second dose and we're gonna administer it up into the opposite nostril. So after 2 to 3 minutes, second dose, up into that opposite nostril, same thing. We're gonna back away for a minute, let that dose take effect. By this point, you can continue to give doses. However, you've already called 911. We're hoping by this point EMS has arrived. They can take over for you and you'll be good to go. But we wanna be constantly monitoring that breathing. We wanna be constantly checking that pulse to see if we do need to switch into CPR. The other thing that I really wanna note here about Narcan is that there is no harm, no foul with Narcan. You cannot overdose on Narcan. If someone is not experiencing an overdose, or if they are experiencing an overdose, but it's not due to an opiate, there are a lot of medical issues that can kind of mimic this. Think about like a diabetic situation where somebody's starting to go into a coma or something like that. This cannot hurt them. And to demonstrate that, so this is an expired dose. I don't want to waste a live dose, but to demonstrate that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to use it on myself just to prove my point. So this is how easy it is. I'm not going to subject Yanna to the actual usage, but literally just in the nostril, plunge up, and that's it. And you can see I'm still fine. I'm still good to go. If we want to do a time lapse and I can just dance around for a little bit, it's not going to hurt me at all. And then 2 to 3 minutes, other nostril. So super, super easy. You don't need any special training to use it, so you don't have to worry about getting a certification card, anything like that. If you need access to Narcan, by all means, reach out. I am more than happy to connect anybody with a resource to get it mailed to you. I always have Narcan on hand that I'm able to provide to you. And we have some other resources around Capitol Hill, like our friends over at Pierce Seattle do have a harm reduction vending machine where you can go get free Narcan once a week, as well as some other really wonderful resources. And with that concludes our training. Thank you to my community member, Yanna, over here. Much appreciated. And thank you. Feel free to reach out anytime with any questions.